Keeping the fire alive, we've all experienced it, the rush of excitement when we first set a goal, the energy, the enthusiasm, the feeling that nothing can stand in our way. But let's face it, this fire doesn't always stay burning. Motivation, as powerful as it can be, is fleeting. Some days it's there, other days it feels like it's vanished into thin air. But let me tell you something, relying on motivation alone will leave you frustrated because it will fade. It always does. Motivation is like a spark. It ignites your fire, yes, but it's not what keeps it alive. If you want to reach your highest potential, if you want to build something lasting, you need something more stable. And that's where consistency and discipline come in. Motivation might get you started, but it's your daily habits, your unwavering discipline that will carry you through when the excitement wears off. The road to success isn't paved by motivation alone. It's paved by the steady, relentless effort that you put in day after day. So how do you make it last? How do you keep that fire alive when the spark has gone out? You build something that doesn't depend on motivation, habits. And we'll dive into that next, because this is the secret to staying the course. Why motivation isn't enough and how to make it last. Motivation is like fuel in a car. It gets you moving, but what keeps you going is the engine. If you don't have an engine, you'll burn out. If you don't have systems in place to keep moving, you'll stall. Motivation is important, yes, but if you don't learn how to rely on consistency and discipline, you'll find yourself constantly searching for the next burst of motivation. Think about the most successful people you know. Do they get up every day filled with excitement? Probably not. They get up because they know the routine. They have systems, habits, and structures in place that move them forward even when they don't feel like it. They've learned that success is built on the days when the spark is gone and they still show up. And you need to learn that too. Success isn't about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about doing what you need to do, no matter what your feelings are on any given day. It's about pushing forward, not because you feel like it, but because you've created a habit, a routine, and a mindset that tells you no matter what, I will keep moving. And that's how you make motivation last, creating habits that push you forward even when motivation fades. Let's get real for a moment. You cannot rely on motivation alone to succeed. It's not enough. You've got to turn your goals into habits. The strongest people aren't the ones who have endless motivation. They're the ones who've mastered the art of habit formation. They've conditioned themselves to show up whether they feel like it or not. But how do you create habits that push you forward? First, start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one day. Begin with one small, manageable habit. Maybe it's waking up 15 minutes earlier or making a healthy meal instead of grabbing fast food. Whatever it is, make it something you can easily commit to. Then make it consistent. Don't rely on the intensity of motivation. Instead, make your actions so consistent that they become automatic. When you've built that consistency, you no longer need motivation to get started. The habit itself becomes your motivation. It becomes who you are, and who you are will drive you forward even when motivation fades. Accountability, the power of having someone to answer to. Here's something you may not want to hear. You need to be accountable. I don't care how strong you think you are or how much you believe in your willpower. Without someone real, someone you can't ignore, you'll struggle to stay on track. The truth is, we all need accountability partners. We need people who will check in on us, who will ask, did you do what you said you'd do? It's not just about someone holding your feet to the fire. It's about having someone to celebrate the victories with, someone to share the challenges with. That person or those people will keep you focused and moving forward even when motivation is gone. So how do you build this accountability structure? Start by finding someone you trust. Someone who won't let you slide. It could be a mentor, a coach, a colleague, or even a friend. Let them know your goals and make a commitment to check in with them regularly. You'll be amazed at how much this simple step can transform your consistency and your results. Visualizing success, using your imagination as fuel. Let me ask you this. Do you know exactly where you're going? I don't mean just a vague idea. Do you have a clear picture of your success? If not, you're missing out on one of the most powerful tools available to you. Visualization. Visualization is more than just daydreaming. It's about creating a vivid image in your mind of the life you want to lead, the success you want to achieve. When you can see it clearly, you can believe it. When you can believe it, you'll start to act on it. Your imagination can fuel your journey. Take a moment every day to visualize your success. Picture yourself achieving your goals. See it in your mind as clearly as you see your own reflection. The more real it becomes in your mind, the more motivation you'll have to keep pushing toward it. You are training your brain to focus on success, and that focus will make all the difference when the going gets tough. Dealing with low energy, how to keep going when you're tired. There will be days when your energy is low. It's normal. We all have those moments when we feel exhausted, when the weight of our responsibilities seems unbearable. But here's the thing. You don't need to wait until you feel motivated to push through those days. You need to learn how to manage your energy and push through even when you feel drained. One key way to do this is through proper rest and recovery. Your body and mind need time to recharge, so don't neglect the importance of sleep, nutrition, and breaks. But beyond that, it's about mindset. When you're tired, that's when your mental toughness needs to kick in. Push yourself through the discomfort, take small steps forward, and watch as momentum builds, even when you feel like quitting. Remember, it's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. That's what separates the successful from the rest. Staying positive and resilient, bouncing back from setbacks. Success isn't a straight line. It's full of bumps, detours, and even failures. And let's face it, setbacks can feel like a punch in the gut. But here's the secret. Setbacks are not the end. They're a part of the journey. They don't define you unless you let them. The key to staying motivated through setbacks is resilience. Resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about getting back up when you do. It's about seeing every failure as a lesson, every mistake as an opportunity to grow. So when life throws you a curveball, don't wallow in self-pity. Instead, look at it as a chance to bounce back stronger. Embrace your setbacks, learn from them, and keep moving forward with an even sharper focus. Constantly reignite your drive, the importance of regular reflection. Finally, let's talk about reflection. You can't keep pushing forward if you don't regularly assess where you are and where you want to go. Success requires constant recalibration. It's about checking in with yourself, evaluating your progress, and making adjustments along the way. Every now and then, take a step back, reflect on what you've achieved, but more importantly, think about how far you still have to go. This process of reflection will reignite your drive, reminding you of the bigger picture and reigniting your commitment to your goals. Don't just go through the motions, stop, assess, and keep refining your path. The journey never ends, and the more you reflect and recalibrate, the closer you'll get to your true potential. In the end, motivation is important, but it's not enough. It's your habits, your discipline, your accountability, and your resilience that will carry you through. Keep the fire alive and let it burn brighter every day. You are capable of achieving greatness, but only if you keep pushing, keep growing, and never stop believing in yourself. Keep going. Your success is waiting. The power of 6 months. Let me ask you something. What can you truly achieve in 6 months? Might seem like a lot of time, or maybe it doesn't feel like enough, but think about it for a second. In just 6 months, you could completely change your life. You could go from feeling stuck to feeling unstoppable. It's enough time to build the habits that will shape your future, yet it's short enough to keep you focused and hungry for success. The real question is, do you believe that 6 months can make a difference? Because I'm telling you, it absolutely can. 6 months can be the time that transforms your health, your career, and your mindset. It's not a lifetime commitment. It's a concentrated period where you take action, push yourself, and see real progress. And by the end of it, you'll be looking back at a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and closer to your goals. Are you ready to start? Understanding the concept of 6 months. So why 6 months? What makes this time frame so powerful? Let me tell you something. 6 months isn't a lifetime. It's not even close. It's not the heavy weight of years and years of struggle. Instead, think of it as a focused sprint. In this short window, you can rewire your habits, change your mindset, and set a solid foundation for success. 6 months is achievable. It's not overwhelming. You don't have to think about the rest of your life. Just think about the next 6 months. That's all you need to start creating the momentum that will push you forward. This is your chance to make real, sustainable change without the fear of a lifetime commitment hanging over you. It's about taking focused action one step at a time toward the person you want to become. The best part? You don't have to do it all at once. You just have to start, and 6 months will carry you farther than you think. The time is now, the urgency of the present moment. I want you to ask yourself right now, what's stopping you from starting today? Why do we keep pushing our dreams further and further into the future? You know what I hear all the time? I'll start next year. I'll wait for the right moment. But here's the thing, waiting is just another form of procrastination. Waiting means you're putting off your potential. You're telling yourself that next year is better than today. But think about this, 6 months from now, you could be standing in a completely different place. 6 months, that's half a year. What could you accomplish if you started right? Now, the time is ticking. The question is, will you take action today or will you keep waiting for the perfect moment that may never come? Don't wait. You have the power to make a change today and the results will compound. Start now and 6 months from now, you'll have transformed yourself. Don't let this window of opportunity slip away. Challenge your limiting beliefs. It's not about time, it's about choices. Here's something that's going to challenge you. Success doesn't take a lifetime. You don't need years and years to achieve your dreams. What you need is focus. What you need is commitment. What you need are the right choices made every single day. Most people believe that success is a long, slow process, but here's the hard truth. It's not about having endless time. It's about the choices you make with the time you have. It's about using each day as an opportunity to move forward, even if it's just a small step. 6 months is more than enough to transform your life if you make the right decisions today. It's about taking the time you have and investing it wisely. Are you going to keep telling yourself that you don't have enough time? Or will you take full advantage of the next 6 months and make them count? What's at stake? The cost of waiting now. Let's get real. Imagine where you could be in 6 months. What could your life look like if you started today? Now think about this. Where will you be if you keep putting it off? Think about the cost of waiting, missed opportunities, unfulfilled potential, regret. Every day you delay is another day you're not moving toward your goals. You might tell yourself, it's just one more day. It won't make a difference, but I promise you, it does. Those days add up. You're either moving closer to your goals or further away from them. And here's the thing, 6 months from now, you'll either be looking back with pride at the progress you've made, or you'll be wishing you had started sooner. The cost of waiting is too high. Don't let the opportunity slip through your fingers. Commit to these 6 months. Push yourself to make every day count. And in half a year, you'll be able to look at your life and say, I'm glad I started when I did. Setting the tone, 6 months as a commitment to yourself. This isn't just about a plan. This is a promise you're making to yourself. When you commit to this 6-month journey, you're not just committing to a goal or a dream. You're committing to becoming the person you've always wanted to be. You're committing to showing up even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. You're committing to your growth. This isn't about making sacrifices. It's about prioritizing your future. It's about making the decision to invest in yourself, your future, and your potential. Every day you show up, you're stepping closer to the person you want to be. And at the end of these 6 months, you'll look back and realize that this commitment was the turning point. You'll realize that the person you are today was built by the person you chose to become 6 months ago. This is your time. Make it count. 6 months from now, you'll be glad you did. You'll see the results and you'll be proud of the investment you made in yourself. So, are you ready? This is your moment. Let's get to work. The foundation, mindset shift for success. The power of mindset, your first step to success. Success isn't just about actions. It starts with the way you think. Let me tell you something. Your mind is the foundation of everything you do. It shapes how you face challenges, how you deal with failure, and how you see the opportunities around you. Your mindset, whether positive or negative, will dictate your reality. Think about it. When things get tough, do you crumble or rise? When you encounter setbacks, do you see them as the end or as a chance to learn? Your mind can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. If you believe you're capable of achieving greatness, your actions will follow. But if you allow self-doubt to creep in, if you let fear take the wheel, you'll start doubting yourself at every turn. And That's the trap. Success isn't about being the most talented person in the room. It's about having the right mindset. Success begins the moment you realize that your circumstances do not control you. What controls you is the way you choose to think about those circumstances. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. The path to success starts here with the power of your mindset. Growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Why your beliefs shape your future. The most powerful choice you can make is choosing how you approach learning and growth. Every single one of us faces challenges, but it's how we perceive those challenges that determines our success. Do you see a challenge as a roadblock, or do you see it as an opportunity to grow? That choice, whether you have a growth mindset or fixed mindset, will shape your future. A growth mindset believes that abilities and intelligence can be developed over time through effort and perseverance. It's the belief that with enough practice, determination, and learning, you can improve and evolve. Imagine a world where failure doesn't stop you, but instead teaches you what to do next. That's what a growth mindset gives you, the power to keep moving forward no matter how many times you fall. On the flip side, a fixed mindset traps you. It convinces you that you're born with a set of skills, and if you're not naturally good at something, then you should give up. That's where people get stuck. They believe they can't improve. But here's the thing, you can. It's not about your natural talent. It's about your willingness to keep learning, keep pushing, and keep evolving. Every time you make a mistake, every time you fail, it's not a sign to quit. It's a lesson to learn and grow from. The choice is yours. Will you adopt the mindset of someone who sees challenges as opportunities, or will you let a fixed mindset hold you back from your true potential? Building belief, how to silence your inner doubt. Let's face it, we all have that voice inside our head, the one that tells us we can't do something. You're not good enough. This is too hard. You'll never make it. That voice can be loud and it can be convincing. But what if I told you that voice doesn't have to control you? What if I told you that voice could be silenced? Building belief in yourself isn't about ignoring the doubts. It's about challenging them. When that voice says you're not good enough, you respond with watch me. When it tells you to quit, you dig deeper. The key is in rewriting those negative thoughts, replacing them with positive affirmations. Every time you feel doubt, remind yourself of the times you've overcome challenges before. Every time you question your ability, remember all the moments you've proven yourself wrong. Success is not about being perfect. It's about believing you can improve, adapt, and overcome. So next time that inner voice starts to speak up, ask yourself this. Who do you want to listen to? The doubts that hold you back or the belief that propels you forward? Focus on possibility. Your future is full of potential. Too often, we limit ourselves by thinking that success is only for a select few, the ones who are born with natural talent, the ones who seem to have it all together. But let me ask you this. What if you could change that thinking? What if you could look at every situation and see only the possibility? What if you could realize that success isn't something given to a few lucky people, but something available to anyone willing to take action? Look around. People transform their lives every single day. From entrepreneurs who started with nothing, to athletes who faced failure and rejection over and over, to everyday people who've gone from rock bottom to extraordinary success. They did it not because they had more talent, not because they had it easier, but because they saw the possibility in their journey. Your future is not determined by where you are now, but by where you choose to go. The power is in your hands. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. The potential is already within you. It's time to shift your mindset and believe that your future is full of endless possibilities. It's time to embrace the journey. You have the power to change your life today. What will you do with it? The 3 pillars of success: clarity, consistency, and courage. Clarity, knowing exactly what you want. The power of clarity, your roadmap to success. Let me tell you something. If you don't know where you're going, how can you expect to get there? Clarity isn't just important, it's the foundation of everything you'll achieve. Without it, you're just drifting. Like a ship lost at sea, you're at the mercy of the waves, uncertain, unanchored. But when you have clarity, everything changes. You have a direction, a goal, a reason to get up every day and push forward. The clearer your vision, the sharper your actions. Everything you do will be guided by the picture in your mind of where you want to be. Defining your vision. What do you truly want? Now, let's get real. What do you really want? Not what society tells you to want, not what your parents or friends think you should want. What do you want? Take a moment to ask yourself that question, because when you tap into your deepest desires, when you're honest with yourself about your true passions, that's where the magic begins. I know it's hard to think big, to dream boldly, but this is the starting point. Your vision is the spark that will ignite your action. Don't settle for a vague idea of success. Be specific, be clear. Only then can you start moving in the right direction. Visualizing success, seeing your future clearly. Visualization is more than a technique. It's a tool for transformation. Picture your success. Close your eyes and see it clearly. Feel it, taste it, experience it. The more vividly you can imagine your future, the closer you come to making it your reality. This isn't some fluff. This is science. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's imagined and what's real. When you visualize, you start building confidence. You make the goal feel tangible. You tell yourself, I can do this, because once you can see it, you're one step closer to achieving it. Why? Clarity. Every champion, every entrepreneur, every visionary, they all began with a clear vision. Without it, all the hard work, all the late nights, all the sweat and effort will be scattered. They'll be aimless. But with clarity, there's focus, there's purpose, there's direction. Without it, you're lost. With it, you are unstoppable. Every step you take will be purposeful. Every decision will align with your goal. The clearer you are, the faster you'll get there. Consistency, the key to daily progress. Small steps, massive results, the power of daily actions. Success isn't about making giant leaps. It's about taking small, consistent steps, day after day. Each small action you take compounds. What seems insignificant now adds up over time. You're building momentum, building progress, piece by piece. Don't underestimate the power of daily effort. It's the difference between staying stuck and moving forward. Think about it. Small progress every day will lead to massive results. But if you stop, if you quit after a few tries, you'll never know how close you were. Keep going. Even when it feels like nothing's changing, the results are coming. You just have to trust the process. The science of habit formation, building success one step at a time. Building habits is the secret to lasting success. It takes 21 days to form a habit and 90 days for it to become permanent. Think about that. Every day you commit to a new habit is a step toward your future success. What habits are you creating right now? Are they the habits of a successful person? Are they the habits that will take you where you want to go? If not, it's time to start. The key isn't motivation, it's consistency. The more you do something, the more automatic it becomes. Keep showing up, even when you don't feel like it. The days you don't want to work are often the most important ones. Why consistency beats motivation every time. Motivation is fleeting. Some days you'll feel on top of the world, and other days you'll struggle to get out of bed. But consistency, that's what wins every time. Motivation will come and go, but if you keep showing up, if you stay consistent, that's what gets results. The difference between successful people and everyone else is that they don't wait for motivation. They rely on consistency. When you make consistency your habit, your results are inevitable. Overcoming resistance, showing up even when you don't feel like it. We all face resistance. It's a part of the journey. The days you don't want to do the work, the days you're tired, the days when it feels easier to quit, those are the days that matter most. You have to push through resistance, show up even when you don't feel like it. Success doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you're scared, if you're frustrated. It only cares that you keep going. When you push through resistance, you grow. When you show up when it's hard, you win. Courage, taking bold action. Fear, the signal that you're on the right track. I want to share something important with you. Fear isn't your enemy. In fact, fear is a signal that you're on the right track. Think about it. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, fear comes along for the ride. But instead of running from it, use it. Fear means you're pushing boundaries. Fear means you're growing. Embrace it. Let fear propel you forward, not hold you back. When you feel that knot in your stomach, when your heart starts racing, that's when you know you're moving towards something bigger. Taking calculated risks. Stepping outside your comfort zone. Success isn't about avoiding risk, it's about taking calculated risks. It's about stepping outside your comfort zone and making bold moves. The most successful people didn't play it safe. They took chances. They risked failure. They risked rejection, but they kept going anyway. Why? Because they knew that's where the growth happens. Success lies just beyond the edge of your comfort zone. Step beyond that line, take that leap of faith and trust that you'll land on your feet, because on the other side of fear is everything you've ever wanted. Confidence through courage. How action builds self-belief. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the willingness to act despite it. When you take bold action, even when you're afraid, you build self-confidence. Confidence doesn't come from waiting until you feel ready. It comes from doing, from taking action, from proving to yourself that you're capable. The more you act, the more you realize just how strong you are. So take the leap. Act in the face of fear, because with every action you take, your confidence grows. Building resilience. The power of bouncing back from setbacks. Setbacks are a part of the journey, not the end of it. Every successful person has faced failure, rejection, and disappointment. But what separates them from everyone else is their resilience, their ability to get back up. Resilience is what turns failure into success. It's the ability to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. So the next time you face a setback, remember, it's not a sign of weakness. It's an opportunity to grow. Bounce back, learn from it, use it to fuel your next move. You've got this. We'll continue with the next sections once you're ready. Let me know if you'd like to dive into the next subheading or need any adjustments. Overview of the 6-month plan, your roadmap to success. The journey begins here. If you're looking for success, you need a clear roadmap. Think about it. Every great achiever in history, every entrepreneur, athlete, artist, or leader had a plan. They knew exactly where they were going and how they were going to get there. So let me ask you, what does success really look like for you? Is it financial freedom, building a business, creating a meaningful impact? The first step is to break it down step by step into manageable, achievable goals. Success isn't a one-time event. It's a process. But that process is made easier when you have a framework. By focusing on 1 month at a time, you'll stay engaged, stay motivated, and actually begin to see results. You don't need to achieve everything at once. What you need is a clear path, a path that helps you unlock your true potential. This 6-month plan will give you exactly that, a roadmap to turning your dreams into reality. So, let's dive in. Month 1, goal setting and foundation, laying the groundwork for success. Where do we start? We start at the core of your vision. Without a strong foundation, nothing you build will stand. The first month is all about setting clear, specific goals. It's not enough to just say, I want to be successful. You need to define success in precise terms. Set measurable goals. For instance, don't just say, I want to lose weight. Say, I will lose 10 pounds in the next month by working out 4 times a week. Specific, measurable, actionable. Now, here's where most people struggle. Self-doubt. That voice in your head that says, who are you to think you can do this? It's a liar. It's going to tell you you're not good enough, that success is for others, not for you. But let me tell you something. You have everything you need to succeed inside of you. The only thing that stands between you and your goals is action. Accountability is your best ally in this journey. You can't do this alone. Find a mentor, join a group, or simply tell someone you trust about your goals. When you have someone holding you accountable, you're less likely to give up when it gets tough. Now, take action. Start writing down your goals, create vision boards, and make time for weekly check-ins. This is your foundation. Without it, the rest of your plan will crumble. Month 2, building strong habits. Consistency is key. Let me tell you something. Your habits will either make you or break you. Every day you are what you repeatedly do. Consistency is the key to success. Without strong habits, you'll fall off track and end up back at square one. But with them, you'll build a life you can be proud of. The second month is about creating routines that support your success. The beauty of habits is that they're simple, small actions done consistently. Whether it's waking up early, exercising, reading, or meditating, these small actions compound over time. And let's be clear, it's not about big leaps. It's about consistent steps. You need to track your habits. This isn't optional. Use tools like daily logs or apps that hold you accountable. Tracking isn't just for measuring progress, it's a reminder of what you're working toward. It keeps you grounded and focused. Small, consistent actions every single day. This is the key to lasting change. Month 3, overcoming challenges. Turning obstacles into opportunities. Here's the truth you need to hear. Challenges are inevitable. Every roadblock is a lesson, and every obstacle presents an opportunity for growth. When you face difficulties, it's easy to get discouraged, to feel like maybe you're not cut out for this. But let me ask you this. What would happen if you stopped viewing obstacles as setbacks and started seeing them as stepping stones? When a challenge arises, identify it before it stops you. Don't let it paralyze you. Look at it for what it is, a chance to learn, to grow, to adapt. The key to this mindset shift is adopting a growth mindset. A fixed mindset will tell you that failure is permanent, that you've hit a dead end, but a growth mindset says, I can learn from this, I can improve, I will keep going. Negative thoughts will come, they will try to undermine your confidence. But here's the thing, negative thoughts only have power if you let them. Reframe them. Turn I can't into how can I. You are not defined by the challenges you face. You are defined by how you respond to them. So every obstacle, write it down, analyze it, and develop a solution. Keep moving forward. Month 4, reassessing and scaling, expanding your vision beyond comfort zones. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. That's the hard truth. Growth requires you to push beyond your comfort zone, and sometimes you need to step back and reassess where you are. Month 4 is all about reviewing your progress. Look at what's working and, more importantly, what's not. You need to regularly check in with yourself. What's been holding you back? What could you do differently? Expansion isn't just about doing more, it's about doing it smarter. Ask yourself, what's the next level? What can I do to go beyond where I am now? This is where growth accelerates. Reaching out to mentors, taking calculated risks, recalibrating your strategies. This is how you expand. You're not just improving, you're evolving. You're becoming the next version of yourself. Keep pushing forward and keep expanding your vision. Month 5, building your network and community. Surround yourself with elevating forces. Let me ask you a tough question. Who are you surrounded by? The people you spend your time with, the conversations you engage in, they shape your journey. Show me your circle and I'll show you your future. If you want to elevate your success, you need to elevate your circle. Month 5 is about building a network of people who will support, challenge, and inspire you. It's not just about networking for business, it's about networking for growth. Join mastermind groups, attend events, find those who are on the same path as you, and connect with them. These are the people who will push you when you want to quit, who will offer advice when you're stuck, and who will cheer you on when you succeed. Remember this, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you want to grow, surround yourself with people who will elevate you. Find your tribe, grow together. Month 6, solidifying success and long-term mindset. Making your success permanent. By now, you've achieved a lot, but let me tell you this, the journey isn't over. It's never over. You've built the foundation, developed the habits, and expanded your vision. Now, the key is to solidify your success and create a legacy. What does it mean to create a legacy? It's not just about achieving short-term success. It's about creating something that lasts. Reflect on the progress you've made, celebrate your wins, but don't stop there. Shift your mindset from temporary success to long-term growth. What's the next big goal? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Set new long-term goals that will keep the momentum going, and most importantly, plan for the future. Success is not a one-off event, it's a lifelong journey. Cement your success, make it part of who you are by breaking down your journey into these specific, actionable steps over 6 months. You're not just aiming for success, you're creating the foundation for lasting success. From building strong habits to expanding your network, the key is consistency, action, and mindset. Now, let's take the first step toward creating the best version of your success 1 month at a time. how to stay on track, the temptation to quit. Acknowledge the inevitable struggle. Let me tell you something. You will want to quit. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Every person who's ever reached for something meaningful has faced this temptation. It doesn't matter how strong, how determined, how smart you are. At some point, you're going to feel like throwing in the towel. But here's the thing, that's okay. It's a natural part of the journey. When the road gets tough, when your progress feels slow, when it seems like the universe is testing you, that urge to quit will hit. And it will feel strong. It will feel convincing. It will whisper, why keep going? You're not getting anywhere. But understand this, quitting might feel like the easiest option, but it's also the fastest way to guarantee failure. You haven't even given yourself a shot at success if you give up. You've chosen defeat before the battle was even over. The moment you quit, you deny yourself the opportunity to succeed, to grow, and to achieve something greater. So let me ask you, what will you do when that temptation to quit comes knocking? Will you answer, or will you keep pushing? Will you quit, or will you rise and keep going? Turning setbacks into fuel, reassurance during tough times. The road you're on isn't going to be smooth. If it were, everyone would walk it. It will get rocky. You'll face setbacks. You'll stumble. You'll fall. And that's exactly where you have a choice. Will you turn back or will you rise? You see, the toughest people don't turn around when it gets hard. They press forward. They use that struggle as fuel. They know that the most valuable parts of any journey aren't the easy moments. They're the moments that push you to your limits. The truth is, the setbacks you face, the moments where you feel like you're losing ground, they are the defining moments. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit, it's mindset. Those who push through, who find a way to keep going despite the odds, are the ones who come out on top. Think about people like Thomas Edison, who failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Think about Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school basketball team. Did they quit? No, they turned those setbacks into the very fuel that drove them toward greatness. And that's what you need to do. You need to turn your setbacks into fuel. Don't see them as signs of failure. See them as stepping. Every setback is a lesson that will make you stronger. Every struggle is an opportunity to get better. Tracking your progress, small wins, big changes. You don't have to see the finish line every single day. The truth is, sometimes it's enough to ask yourself one simple question: am I better than I was yesterday? If you are, you're making progress. It might not feel huge right now, but trust me, those small wins are the building blocks of success. Every tiny step forward counts, even if it feels insignificant at the time. Break your goals down into smaller, achievable milestones. Celebrate those micro wins. Don't wait for the big moment to feel proud. Every time you overcome a challenge, every time you make progress, that's a win. Tracking your progress isn't just about counting big victories. It's about seeing the steady, consistent growth that happens over time. Regular check-ins with yourself will help you gain clarity and stay motivated. You'll see how far you've come, even when it doesn't feel like you've moved much. And when you look back at where you started, those small wins will add up to something extraordinary. Building resilience. Stay in the game when you want to throw in the towel. It's not the strongest who endure the longest. It's the ones who refuse to give up. Resilience isn't about being unbreakable. It's about being able to bend, to stretch, to take the hits and keep moving forward. You're going to want to throw in the towel at some point. You're going to be exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally. But in those moments, you have to make a choice. Will you give in to the exhaustion, or will you push past it? The key to resilience isn't about waiting for the right moment. It's about making the decision to stay in the game, no matter how tough things get. It's about refusing to let failure define you. It's about seeing discomfort as a tool for growth, not something to be avoided. Every struggle you face, every moment you want to give up, that's where your true growth happens. That's where you become stronger, sharper, more focused. It's in the discomfort, in the struggle, where resilience is built. So when the going gets tough, and trust me, it will, don't back down. Stay in the game. Keep moving forward. You are stronger than you think.